my hat's off to them. That's one of the best angles that I've ever seen. And I don't know if you'll see it again. Remember, not too long ago, people said, okay, Cody didn't win. What are we going to do now? Oh, my God, it's the end. But you just got to wait.
Three big matches have been confirmed outside of the titular ladder matches. Let's first talk about very quickly Cody Rhodes versus Dominik Mysterio. I've said it before that you won't find a more over babyface versus a more over hated heel like you will see when it's Cody Rhodes versus Dominik Mysterio. Who do you think wins, and what do you think about this matchup overall between Cody and Dom in front of that hot UK crowd?
I think Cody wins. That's what I think. And if they want heat, they can very easily get it after the match. Or Ripley could get in there with him and slap his face or something. They can do a multitude of things after the match. And I think Dominik losing doesn't hurt him at all. And I think you'll see an old-time match, and they will play off the crowd. And it'll be a great match. I think the crowd will be electric during that match. This is the first time they've matched up, right?
Yeah.
And I think it'll be Cody will design that match, or whoever's doing it, that what he knows and what he does best is timing and match layout. But it'll be good. I think Cody takes it, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Then you got Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. These two guys know each other so well. Of course, they had the big matchup to determine the first ever Universal Champion back at SummerSlam 2016, where Seth injured Finn Balor. Finn Balor still won, but then had to relinquish the title the following day. And it's kind of basing this whole story behind Finn Balor's career kind of coming to a halt after that injury, and now wanting revenge on Seth all these years later. Do you think that Finn has any chance of beating Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship in the UK?
Not no, but hell no. He's not beating Seth Rollins. But what I think they'll do, I think they will add in Damian Priest to kind of build on their dissension, because it looks like Finn may not be long for that group. So they need a reason for him to be out. This would be a great reason. And they could actually kind of continue it after Dominik's match too. I mean, it starts here and then it goes to the next match where they don't get along here. Then the next match with Cody, then that's when you get the fireworks. But anyway, what I like is WWE has so many doors open to them. They can go down this hallway. They can go down this hallway. It all leads you back to where you first began, if that makes any sense. But
yeah.
See, when I was booking, I never really closed the story down. Like Triple H says, the story never ends. It doesn't end. But in WWE before, I think this is a new era. It's where they used to go to the pay-per-view and just end it. Just stop it. Well, why would you stop a program or two guys together when it's drawing interest? Why would you do that? Just stop it and not go back to it. Because wrestling fans do not forget. You don't forget what happened 2 weeks ago, what happened 6 months ago. People remember that stuff, and then you go, that's not in line with what he said back then. But even creative doesn't even remember it. But the fans do. So if you can kind of tap into fans not forgetting, that's why you can revisit angles before. You can get away from them for 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. If you come back to it, people will remember that. That's what I used to do, and it worked for me. So maybe WWE creatives developed a new formula.
And a lot of that, it comes down to what we're seeing in the main event program in WWE, which is the final match we're going to be talking about at Money in the Bank. And it's probably going to be the main event once again. It's going to be the Bloodlines, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, as WWE coined it when they announced the matchup on SmackDown Lowdown following the June 16th episode of SmackDown, where Jay chose Jimmy over the Bloodline. It's called the Bloodline Civil War. So how do you think this is all going to transpire when we get to the UK on July 1st at Money in the Bank? The Bloodline Civil War, is it Roman and Solo or Jimmy and Jay that walk out the victor?
Well, I think Jimmy and Jay will walk out winning. Again, you're going to have what they call the afterbirth. Something will happen after. Something's got to happen with Solo here. And what? I don't know. But that's the beauty of doing the show. I can be a fan. And that's the beauty of watching Bloodline angle, because nobody knows they don't have a clue what is going to happen, because I don't know who's putting this whole storyline together or who's advising Triple H. But they've advised him well, and he's made some great choices, because I don't see this ending anytime soon. So you got to go back. Who's the leader of the brothers? Which one? Jay?
Jimmy is the older brother, but Jay has been kind of the star of this whole story since it started.
Well, I think you got to have some single matches with Roman, single matches with Solo in one of them. So they got the next month or so just laid out, and it will maintain interest. And what I like about this is they're not having to stip these matches. They're not stipulated. They're just matches. They're just talking about each other straight up. You don't have no DQ matches, no dog collar matches, no in the cage match, none of that. Because now they have saved all of those that can be used if you need to use them. But I think just the personnel inside the matches, it's a family. A family's fighting. Civil War is a good name for it. So we'll see where it goes. And I'll tell everybody, I'm a fan of it, and I like to watch it like a fan, because I never was a fan before, because I kind of knew where it was going and what it was going to lead to. Plus, when I broke in, angles usually had a shelf life, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Then you had to be on to something else. But the Bloodline's gone how long?
3 years.
See? And they drew that out for 3 years, which takes talent. And it also, 2 years and 3 months of that was under Vince.
Yeah.
And they still got it to click. Now, my hat's off to them. That's one of the best angles that I've ever seen. And I don't know if you'll see it again. Remember, not too long ago, people said, okay, Cody didn't win. What are we going to do now? Oh, my God, it's the end. But you just got to wait. And what have I said time and time and time again? Patience. Have patience. Yeah, Cody didn't win. But if Cody won, where would we be now? Cody'd be in the picture. He's doing other stuff. And he's still sitting in the waiting room, waiting to be called. So, again, I'll say they got a lot more doors to open. And we haven't even thought of some of the doors that they could open. But not only with the Bloodline, with the rest of the roster too. Done a great job. Wait a minute. I need to be negative. Wait a minute. It sucks. I don't like that. It bullshit. Hell with it. I'm quitting watching.
There you go.
You can be
got all
negative
that
about
in.
wrestling. How you don't get any clicks.
This is also true. Also true.